Today we are going to create a quote in Faux Calligraphy using a simple 4-step procedure. With this framework, you will be able to create any quote from rough draft to final artwork in Faux Calligraphy. Although I've shared these 4 steps before as well, but today, by the end of the video, you'd have created an artwork which you can use to post on Instagram, gift it to friends, or even sell online. All this along with some free practice sheets to help you perfect your letter forms. All you need for this tutorial is a pen and a pencil. Yes, any pen will work. You don't need special calligraphy tools today. So, before we begin, quickly subscribe to my channel and stay tuned till the end to find out how to write any quote in Faux Calligraphy. In case you are wondering what Faux Calligraphy is, let me tell you. It is calligraphy done with a regular pen and pencil. And the end product looks like it has been created using a special calligraphy tool. And that's why it's sometimes also called fake calligraphy. For example, if I write a word in brush calligraphy using a brush pen, it'll look like this. Now, if you notice, the upstrokes are thin and the downstrokes are thick. Basically, when I'm pulling the pen towards me, I create a thick stroke. So, the point to remember here is up is thin and down is thick. Similarly, if I now have to draw this in fake calligraphy, I'll take my regular pen and draw the word. Then I'll add thick downstrokes to my drawing and fill it in. But just because it's called fake doesn't mean you should not learn this technique. Like Shakespeare said, what's there in the name, right? In fact, this technique is widely used by hand lettering artists to paint wall murals, write on acrylic sheets and wood. Basically, you will have to use Faux Calligraphy to write on surfaces other than paper. Also, it is a great technique to understand the structure of letters. It is when you actually draw the letters with a pencil, you get to know the shape of the strokes. And like I've told you before, Faux Calligraphy was my first step towards learning calligraphy. Today, I feel grateful that I learned Faux Calligraphy initially. And that's why I've also created a detailed Skillshare class sharing this knowledge with you. I recommend it for absolute beginners and I'm sharing a 1-month free subscription. You can check the link in the description. Now, let's look at the 4-step process to draw a quote in Faux Calligraphy. The first step is drawing guidelines. These are the lines that you draw to fix the height of your letters. By doing this, you ensure that your letters look consistent. You are free to select the height of your letters depending on the size of your canvas. Here, I am drawing it on an A4 size sheet. So I'll keep the height of the letters around 1.5 centimeters. I like my letters a little slanted, so I'll draw guides at an angle too. The angle that I've taken here is 75 degrees. And if you've watched my other calligraphy videos, you already know how much I emphasize on drawing guidelines. This is a step that you can't miss even when you're doing calligraphy with a brush pen or any other tool. I know you'd have a strong urge to go freehand, but remember, the guides are here to help you and you can always erase them later on. Now, the second step is where you draw your quote with a pencil. For this tutorial, I'll be drawing the quote "Enjoy the moment." Also, I've added 4 more quote layouts. You can download them from the link in the description. Now notice how I'm emphasizing the word draw rather than write. That's because you are drawing letters here and not writing them. And that's what makes calligraphy different from handwriting. Here, I want to focus on the words enjoy and moment. So I'll write them bigger and fit the in between the 2 words. If you need help with the letters, you can use the free practice sheets that I've added in the description below. So let's start drawing them out. If you see, here I've played around with the descender of Y and added it as a crossbar to T. All of this creativity is possible only when you first draw with a pencil. So here comes the pro tip. Always use a pencil first to draw your quote. This will give you a preview of your final drawing and the much needed confidence to go ahead with your artwork. Now, the third step is to add the thick downstrokes. For this, identify all the points in your drawing where you were pulling your pen towards you. Basically, all the places where you were drawing from top to bottom. These will form the thick downstrokes as they would have in brush calligraphy. For this, you can move your hand over your drawing and look at the parts that you draw while coming down. Once you have done that, start adding an extra thick line for each downstroke. To make the spacing in between the letters look consistent, I add all the downstrokes to the inside of the letters. So here comes a pro tip. You can add downstrokes anywhere, inside or outside. Both are fine. In fact, you can even add a little thickness to the left and right of your pencil drawing. What's important here is to make sure that the spacing in between letters look consistent. Once you've added the downstrokes, it is time for the last step. The fourth and final step is to ink your drawing. So take any pen that you have and start filling in your pencil drawing. I'm using a fine liner here by Sakura. You can use any regular pen, ink pen, a Sharpie, even a whiteboard marker to fill in your drawing. This is the part where your drawing starts coming to life. And once you're almost towards the end, it'll look like you've created this using a brush pen. When you are finished, you can erase all the guidelines. I prefer to use a kneaded eraser over a white one as it does not eat away your paper. If you want, you can add some borders and doodles around it to decorate your coat. And you are done. I hope you're now feeling more confident to create artworks in Faux Calligraphy. I can't wait to see what you create with this tutorial. Please tag me on Instagram so that I can see your work. You can also add some patterns, florals, or even watercolor splashes to highlight your Faux Calligraphy artwork. If you want to learn how to do this, you can head over to my Skillshare class. The link is in the description. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Calligraphy and Hand Lettering with a Regular Pen. And if you don't know what Skillshare is, let me tell you about it. It's an online learning community to master real-world skills. You'll find a ton of classes from artists all over the world. That's what makes it a platform that you should be on to learn. It costs around INR 1200 for a year, which is the current discounted rate via my link. Let me break it down. It means that at just INR 100 per month, you get to learn amazing skills from top artists all around the world. Crazy, right? One more thing. If you sign up via my link in the description, you'll get an additional 1 month free. So what are you waiting for? Come join me on Skillshare. Bye-bye.